All right, so this is gonna be our
Third video.
third group update video thing. So we're just gonna start right from the top and just kind of looking at what we've done since we started the DR project. First thing that we had to do was kind of understand what disasters really are. So we kind of had to read a couple articles on hurricanes, fires, and even zombie apocalypse
Oh
stuff.
yeah. Oh yeah.
And so kind of understanding what these disasters really are and kind of having that preliminary information before we go in. And then we also had to look at another article kind of talking about some basic engines that airplanes already use and kind of be going off of that. And right after that, we looked at some simulations that we did in the FSE 100 lab. And we used those simulations to kind of figure out which jet engines and jet parts we're really going to be wanting to use and how those parts are going to be working. We did a couple of deliverables. We did the wing support and wing design deliverable on top of the interior design deliverable, and all of those kind of shape how our plane is going to look and how the aircraft is going to function. And one of the more important parts that we did was kind of doing a cost analysis and breaking down how much the engine is going to cost, how much the other parts and everything we want inside the aircraft is going to cost.
The supplies.
The supplies.
Medical beds, whatever.
Yeah, and so what we ended up doing is we kind of tailored different designs for a specific sort of like purpose. So for example, one could be like a landing hospital and one could be searching for survivors. And so we kind of just spread out the types of designs and had each aircraft perform a different specific function. And so after looking at that, we did some beam support kind of tests. And ultimately in the FSC 100 lab, we kind of created some wooden beams that were models of what we're going to be using in the aircraft and kind of trying to figure out which one's the strongest. So overall, we've had quite a few deliverables and kind of assessing what our plane's going to look like and how it's going to function, what works best and what doesn't.
Yeah. We've also learned how to use a few tools that we will need to make this, such as, MATLAB. And we even made that little ping pong thingy. And we did Fusion 360, making the Pell ring. The Paul ring.
The Paul ring, I think, and the robot and such.
And the lamp.
And then lamp, yeah.
Yeah, so but overall, these are all tools and stuff that we're going to be using for our final design and final model.
Yeah.
Is that everything that we talked about wing design?
Yeah.
All right. Guess we can move on to the future.
Yeah, so between now and October 31st, we're going to work on, say, Gantt chart deliverable. Revision.
Yeah, the revision, because although we made our first Gantt chart, there's a lot of things that have changed, and some people want to do other things, so we've swapped around some roles, and we have to kind of go back to our old Gantt chart and just revise all
the
that
RASCI chart we changed around, so work on who's working on what. After the revision, we'll be going into the automation system delivery. We'll have to wait and see, sort of plan out beforehand, before we actually get it, but we'll have to wait and see what's on that.
Yeah, I think, although the assignment hasn't been on Canvas, I think we've already gotten hints from that's like an Arduino thing.
Yeah, we've gotten hints. And
I went to a workshop for Arduino. It was kind of terrible. Also, my computer doesn't have a USB-B port, so I can't do it.
Ooh.
So I'll be relying on you guys for that.
Oh, you're good.
And then after that, we'll be working on the video concept. Of course, that's a group activity. I think the RASCI chart, I don't have it out right now.
Yeah, the Gantt chart says that the video concept is supposed to be John.
Yeah.
But all of these, at least at least the last two assignments, so the automation and then the video concept, aren't due on the 31st. They're actually due sometime early November. We have them on the Gantt chart. But we definitely want to start working on them and, try avoiding waiting to the last minute. So at least based off the clues that we have, kind of, think of something that we want to do.
Yeah. Sure, once we have everything figured out, it'll kind of come naturally.
Yeah. We'll storyboard it, like the first thing we did in Con, the 6 pictures.
Yeah.
It's probably just doodles. We don't need it.
Yeah. Nothing too sophisticated.
There's a bunch of different parts to it. There's the concept that'll be due, and then the draft, and then the actual video. So we still have a ton of time to actually work on.
All right, sounds good. And so what else do we need from our other team?
Yeah, what type of help do we need?
It said earlier in class today we talked about getting data and other measurements from like other groups.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's like to lighten the load on us, so we don't have to test everything.
Yeah. And looking at more like the bigger the sample size, the more possible you get like a really, really good design.
We've already kind of seen this when we were working on the beams. Since all the
Yeah.
data we kind of collected.
Yeah, we only did
each
group made 2 beams.
Yeah,
so
but
we relied on everybody's.
Yeah, I think Dr. Taylor, he recorded all of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we can use some of that data. And then I guess we could also go off of different groups when they were doing the simulation, because I know we didn't test like every single variable versus, whatever.
Yeah.
So I guess if we really do need it, we could go back and ask some of the groups, stuff like that, and basically any missing information.
Yeah. Each group was supposed to have like 4, or some people did 6 or something like that.
Yeah, there was a group that did like 6.
So I think between all of us, I think we have to have pretty good data collected on everything. I think that. I wonder if maybe we, like the whole class, should just come together and just make a big list or something.
Yeah.
That would be good. Yeah. So I think after today's comm or tomorrow's comm, we need to plan for the poster and
Stop.
It's throwing doubt onto what day today is, even though you guys probably know it's Tuesday. So we learned it's the diagonal thing. And we do have a lot of good stuff that we could put on the poster, especially some of our deliverables, our wing designs. We could, what were you saying that we could put like the design?
The orthographic drawing.
Yes. Yeah. I think the orthographic drawing would make a really nice centerpiece. I think it'll really catch the eye and really be helpful. What it is. But all in all, I think that's going to come together once we have all the data and we have a finalized design.
I definitely think, at least for the poster, we want to have like at least what I saw from some of the examples in comm today is like, I want something that looks kind of like clean, I guess.
Yeah.
I know that example that we had, like that sheet of paper.
One,
yeah, definitely not too much information in writing and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I definitely would love some visuals. And some white space, I guess.
Not too
much.
I think getting an idea for what it should look like. I think once we have, I think we're gonna get a pretty good idea of what it should look like based on what the first one we saw. I think the hardest thing will be the actual designing it on graphical software or something like that. Because that's gonna be a pain in the butt.
Yeah. I don't think typing and stuff like that's gonna be hard.
Yeah. I know typing. That's all gonna be easy. I'm just wondering.
Like the Fusion 360 model.
Probably
Fusion 360 model, and that'll be easy. But I mean, like in the actual terms of making the poster, we're gonna have some sort of software. Or something to put all the text together. Maybe like a GIMP or something. I don't know. You could probably find some trial.
Maybe they'll give us some sort of like format / like template or something to work with.
There might be something in Microsoft Word or something.
That's true.
But I think that might be it.
Yeah, I think overall, we just want to have like a pretty concise, to the point, and kind of like pretty to look at poster. And we're just gonna kind of take what works and what didn't work from what we learned today in Comm 230, and kind of put that together to make like a nice poster that people want to see.
I think that about wraps it up. We could talk about the group report, but we've been pretty good with those so far. I think we kind of have this thing where we come together on Fridays and we all chat and delegate. It works out really well because we get all the information. I think it works for us. I just stuck my arm in the rose water.
This rock is moist. Okay, we're all done.